Hi there. It's day 34, ouch, of glogging. Wow, my back just spasmed. I don't know if it's because it's cold out here. Maybe. You can kind of see my breath. So, it's chilly outside. It's not freezing though. Anyway, we talked about our purpose and today in the Tony stuff. We're really close to the end. We've got one more, maybe two more things. I'm not sure how he divides up the last little bit of information, but anyway, I'm excited. I did have a really good time with the thing today. I'm still learning about my emotions and how I can drive that bus a little bit differently than I've been driving it. Maybe bus isn't the right word. I think about it as a plane. Drive that plane a little bit differently than I have been. Anyway, I am to a place where I'm really excited about several things, and that's great. And working on quite a few things, one of which is a book for people that have a parent that they're trying to take care of. One of the things that I found was there are plenty of books that deal with all the parts of getting old that are practical. Excuse me. Like, what do we do about, a living will, having, directives for the end of life, living will, that's what that is. That kind of stuff in place. But what has not been readily available to me, at least not where I could find it, was information on how to take care of my mom as she, declined mentally, etc., through all of this process. And I think, pardon me, it would be really good to have this kind of information out there. How to create a sense of purpose for a person's life when they're older. How to incorporate them into the household duties without just, relegating it to just taking care of them, and I have a lot of problem with this because my mom and I, with her dementia, we clash big time. Now, part of that is because, it's like with anything else. If you resent a behavior and believe me, your parents know exactly how to push your buttons the wrong way because they created the buttons. It's like inherent in the model. It's not that mom meant to create those buttons, but just by being herself, and she's a very nice person, just by being herself, those things that as we grow up, we're supposed to get kind of an attitude about what our parents don't do right or whatever, and how what they tell us to do drives us crazy. Well, just by being herself, mom is pushing my buttons all the time, and she's not trying to, but she does. And I have not handled it well. I have to say, I have not handled it well. I've been terrible. Now, I don't abuse my mother or anything like that, but I tell you what, I haven't been completely nurturing either. And I am looking to change that. I am really, 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 really looking to find a way to communicate how to navigate through that gray area that is really uncomfortable for the person that's the caregiver. And how to, I don't know, how to get through it in a way that gives your loved one dignity, gives you dignity through the process, and a way to provide yourself support along the way. Because that's the other thing, it's a really lonely task. And I have a brother who loves me very much, who loves my mother very much, but he's only down here like once a year. So it's me, and he does listen to me when I call, and he's very supportive when I call. We never have been big talkers on the phone. I wish we were more, because I think I would feel a little bit more supported, but that's our family. And so, and he's got some of his own health stuff going on, and I won't get into that. Certainly it's his private business. But, so it's not always appropriate for me to call and like lay all the heavy stuff on him, because, and honestly, what I'm looking for is a solution, a way, and this emotional stuff, working with that, is a way to find a way through that, to navigate through those areas with your parent so that you can have a happy end of life with them. My mom's 96, so I consider myself living with her in the end of her life. Now, I'm not wishing for it, but at 96, well, people do live to, 110, I guess is the oldest, or maybe a little bit older than that, but, we're coming into the final stretch here. So that's just the truth. Anyway, that's some of what I had to do, but I did write a purpose. I am still tweaking it, so I won't share it with you. Well, maybe I will share a little bit. The language isn't exact enough for me yet, so I won't share that tonight. But I hope that you have a good night, and I hope that you love each other, and I hope that you take yourself lightly. That old adage, why can angels fly? Because they take themselves lightly. So anyway, I hope you can put up with my silliness. I'm really trying to be myself. I'm not putting on a show for anybody. I'm just doing this for me. And one of the things that I'm doing is embracing my walk for my talk. And honestly, this is one of the only ways I could think to do it, because I needed to put out a public statement of what I was doing. And boy, there isn't anything much more public than putting it right out on YouTube. And a lot of people won't understand why I was doing this, and they won't get it. But those that do, great. Wonderful. Thank you. And if, this inspires anybody to take the bull by the horns in their own life, to, rethink things. We're intelligent beings. We can rethink things at any point in our life. It's never too late. I'm 52, for gosh sakes. Hello. So it's never too late. Never. Anyway, all right. I hope you all have a good night. Good night.